Oh, good morning, Internet, and welcome back for another episode of Fun Size. That's right, the series where yours truly goes on ahead and takes a look at some different new foods that have popped up on the market for the mass consumption of people like yourself and myself. So for today's video, if it wasn't obvious from the title down below, we're going to be reviewing another kind of cereal. I mean, this one just in time for the upcoming 4th of July, and the festivities that come along with it. I present to y'all, without further delay, Captain Crunch Limited Edition Red, White, and Blue Crunch. Now, this one, I can appreciate this one a bit more than the chocolate caramel crunch ones, because, well, for one thing, they actually made the pieces into different shapes, instead of just, the Captain Crunch squares, rectangles, whatever you call it shape, and literally Cocoa Puffs. And they actually made them into little stars. And, it even says right on the box, new star shape. And I also really have to say that I love the aesthetic of the colorations here, because this is what I was referring to when I was talking about the red, white, and blue Pepsi, or the 4th of July themed Pepsi. Pepsi Blue. The Pepsi Blue they came out with being all, patriotic. Because with that one, it was just blue with like a partially deconstructed image of the American flag. This one, it incorporates the red, the white, the blue. It's got the stripes, Stars and Stripes Forever banner going on, and there's actually some stars in there. Like, this is the kind of creativity I was looking for with that Pepsi. And the other thing that really helps make this stand out, especially for being a themed kind of cereal, is the fact that they've kind of captured that summer nostalgia, going out when you're a little kid and watching the fireworks, just as the sun's going down, the sky's getting dark, you can just kind of still see the light coloration of the sun going over the horizon, and then of course, depending on where you're at, they've got the small town marching band, whatever they have playing over the stereo system over at the fair or the carnival, wherever you were watching the fireworks. It's just an overall good time, depending on your situation, of course. Anyways, so we'll move on from that to taking a look at the back of the box. There, now you've seen it. But anyway, for realsies, the things on the back that you can do are apparently a Mad Libs. I wonder how many of you know what that is anymore. A Mad Libs where you can make a rhyme using the words already provided to you by the captain down here singing. So let's see, ready for rhyme time? Hooray for summertime, it's so much blank. Here at blank camp. Let's go blank in the sun. Trees to be blank and blank to be won. Swimming and blank, it's fun on the blank. And blank and fireworks, we hope there's a ton. Then blank by the campfire when all is said and done. Oops, I accidentally finished that last one. When all is said and blank. So let's try and piece it together really quick. Hooray for summertime, it's so much chocolate. Here at firework camp. Let's go jump in the sun. Trees to be fought and bees to be won. Swimming and burping, it's fun on the bun. Rainy showers and fireworks, we hope there's a ton. Then s'mores by the campfire when it's all said and run. Run! I don't know why, I had to do something with that. After my little escapades with, adding words to the rhyme. But anyway, then we have up here, can you spot two fireworks that are exactly the same? I'm gonna say these two right up here. It's summertime fun at Camp Captain Crunch. Fireflies make their own fireworks. How many can you find? Can you find a unique firefly? I don't know. Ooh, I didn't notice that initially. Okay. This thing gets added bonus points by actually throwing in a character, another mostly forgotten character from the same era as the Captain Crunch kids and the dog. Here over here, we've got the Quisp mascot, just poking out of his tent over here. That, like I just said, that elevates this ever so slightly. And then, how many things can you find wrong in 60 seconds? Now, I'm not actually going to do that, but that would be an interesting thing for a child to do, or for a child with their parents. And I think I just found the unique firefly. It's this purple one right down here. Okay, so, almost forgot the most important thing for us calorie-conscious folks. It seems to be that the cereal by itself is 150 calories, and with a 2/3 cup of skim milk, which again we're going to be using whole milk for this, so that kind of throws off this calorie count for this video, that would be 200. 13 servings per container, and serving size is about 1 1/4 cup, or 38 grams. Alright, so with that said, let's actually go on ahead and give this thing, the packaging, a rating. I'm not entirely sure how I'm doing this with one hand, but it's up there. Okay, so for the rating, I'm going to say for the box, for the packaging, that gets an 8 from me. Just because they were able to do things with this in the, the American United States patriotic sense of just being able to take the 4th of July and condense it into one image, and while also incorporating Captain Crunch mocking his new cereal down here. And they actually did it in a way that's, if you'll pardon the pun, kind of tasteful. So with that out of the way, box rating of 8. Now let's open this bad boy and let's get a look at the contents. Okay. Now hopefully we don't run into the same issue as we had with the box of that chocolate caramel Captain Crunch that we took a review of last time, where the bag just kept ripping in the wrong spots. Alright, being more careful this time than I was last time. That's it. Come on. Come on. Add a box. Add a bag. Okay. So now that the bag has officially been ripped in the wrong spot. Darn it. Why is the plastic so cheap on these bags these days? Anyway. Now that the box is open, I'm going to give a whiff. I'm going to take a whiff and let y'all know what my opinion is of the aroma. Okay, there's not much to smell with this one, and I'm going to be brutally honest, it smells like cardboard. With maybe a hint of vanilla, or it could be Play-Doh. One of the two. Regardless, it smells interesting. So now that we've got the scent out of the way, let's pour it into the bowl. Let me get that right up in front of y'all so y'all can see it. Ooh, wow. That fills up a bowl much faster than the caramel chocolate Captain Crunch that we had last time. And of course, for the safety of everyone involved, and to prevent bugs from getting into cereal, we've got to roll down that bag. Got to make sure it's nice and tightly wound up down there. Excuse me, I just had something to drink before this. And not in that way. It was water. Okay. So now that the box has been resealed, we put it on the floor. And now let's take a look at the cereal pieces themselves. And thankfully, I'm still prepared for this. Although my flashlight doesn't appear to be. It is out and then it's on. So let's get a look at that cereal. Let me try and... There we go. It's a nice overall view of the cereal itself. And now we are all red again. Gotta wait for my complexion to change back to normal, you know, like a chameleon. Not that I'm a lizard person. Although that would be interesting, being able to lick my own eyeball instead of having to blink all the time. Anyway, so that's what the cereal looks like. It basically looks like the cereal bits on the box. The only real difference is on the box they look thinner. Okay, apparently my stomach decided to chime in on that. Don't know if y'all heard that very well. But the cereal pieces look like the ones on the box from the front, but they're a lot thicker than they look on the box. And of course, just as advertised, we get 3 different colors: red, white, and blue. So without further delay, I'm going to chomp on these and we'll see just how they taste. First without milk. Okay, they taste a lot better than they smell. These basically just taste like regular Cap'n Crunch pieces, but because they don't have those really sharp, jagged corners on the ends of them, it's a lot more palatable and you don't wind up tearing up the roof of your mouth eating it. Which for some people is the draw of the cereal. I don't understand that, but what have you. And now we get to try the cereal in its wet state. So, here we go. A little more. Now, just mix it up a little bit, get those cereal pieces covered in milk, and we feast. Alright, the milk does actually kind of liven up the flavors a bit. Got added a bit of hydration from the milk. Kind of wakes it up, makes it a bit more flavorful. And I'm not sure if that's just because it's whole milk or if like it's different with other kinds of milk. But I will say that I really like this. On the whole, let's see, I gave the box an 8. Yes, I gave the box an 8. I actually remember this time. And the cereal itself, I'm going to give this... What's a good rating for this? Because it tastes like Cap'n Crunch, so obviously it's good. And it's got the new the new star shape. Sorry, a little piece of cereal stuck in the back of my throat. It's got that star shape, which makes it so that it doesn't tear up the inside of your mouth as much. So I've been trying to improve my posture a bit, and I didn't realize that that's affecting the overhead space in the camera lens. Usually I'm kind of leaned back like this and more drawn in. Anyway, I'm going to say for the cereal itself, it gets a solid 6. It would get a higher rating if, say, the blue and red pieces tasted like raspberries and blueberries, and the white ones I could get away with them just being vanilla. But if the whole cereal tastes the same, it's not as ingenuitive, as creative as I was hoping, but it's still good. So a solid 6 for the cereal. So that, combined with the total for the packaging, brings it... Oh, there goes all my light. Brings this to a solid 14. A solid 14 for Cap'n Crunch's limited edition Red, White, and Blue Crunch. Thank you, Horatio. You've done us a good service. So I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, that if you can track down a box of this stuff at your local retailer, feel free to go ahead and grab yourself a box. if if you actually have a family, go ahead and get one of these bigger ones. Or if you just like having more of this cereal, like you find you like it that much, you're going to come back to it over and over again, go ahead and grab the family size. It's a better value by technicality because you get more cereal for your buck. Although the best value you can get are those like really big economy sized bags that you can get. But for what it is, it's an actually decent deal. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so very much for coming back and enjoying my content. I do truly and greatly appreciate it. If you like what you've seen today, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon to be notified of future uploads once you are subscribed. You'll be glad you did. If you like my content and you think that friends would enjoy it, feel free to share this with them. And if you're not sure, heck, share it anyway. You could be surprised. And with all of that out of the way, this is your old buddy Oxleymations saying, Cowabunga, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.